Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter, and joining me in the studio, we have with us Kendall, also Partrick Kellams. They are here to talk about a special event that was started 4 years ago and continues again this year, and it's this Friday night. It's the Father's Day event. It's a Father's Day celebration, and we're going to talk about that in this edition of WJTS in.form. Kim and Partrick, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
First of all, let's talk about it's celebrating fathers, which 4 years ago got started. Let's talk about the start.
The start actually started around the movie Courageous. It was a wonderful movie, and we're like, we had a faith renewal committee over at St. Mary's Huntingburg, and we're like, we really want more people to see this. How can we do this? And it just kind of evolved very fast into, let's maybe show it at League Stadium. That would be a wonderful place. Fathers don't necessarily like to watch movies, but they might come out to a ball field and watch a movie. So we were able to do that. We had many churches. I think we started off with like eight or 12 churches right away that year became involved with it. So we had businesses and churches that helped sponsor it and get involved. So it was a big community event. We had about 650 people. We were able to do music and food in the park beforehand, and it just evolved into a neat event, and it was very well received, and we thought, let's try this again. And so it just kind of kept growing and getting bigger and better each year.
Well, and because of it, it's grown into other events that you now hold throughout the year, but yet it's still a little separate. You're associated with Paraclete organization, and,
yes.
and Patrick, can you explain the difference between, I guess, the start of this and how it's expanded, and yet it's still separate, but still the same?
The Celebrating Fathers is an ecumenical event. It's churches from all denominations and organizations in the community that come together to support the event for fathers. Paraclete sprang out of that in that we have a movie ministry, and where they used to rent a screen, we decided that we would purchase one, and we thought it was a good idea to take movies. There's a lot of movies available that have a very good message, and we do that. We've taken our show on the road, so to speak. We have a very big 29-foot inflatable, the one that we'll be using at Celebrating Fathers. We also have 2 large indoor screens so we can accommodate any venue, and this just sprang out of the original Celebrating Fathers. It's a continuation. It's a separate thing, and the Paraclete is a Catholic organization. We are based out of St. Mary's, and but it's a totally separate entity. The Faith Renewal Committee was involved in the original Celebrating Fathers and this Celebrating Fathers, and we're just kind of coming in, and they're using our movie ministry instead of renting one, and
sure.
So it's a continuation of a good idea that we've expanded on that, and in other events in and around the community.
Okay, and let's talk about this Friday's event. What is going to be happening, when and where, and
Well, this year it's going to all take place in the stadium.
Okay.
We're going to have a little bit less of trying to move people from one area to another. So everything's going to be in the stadium this year. The doors will open 7 o'clock, and from 7 to 8:30 we have a pre-event, which will include free food, free music in the stadium, activities for kids, actually activities for all adults, and then we also are going to be having a free movie ministry where we'll be taking free family portraits, and we will email them out to them, and so that they can go get them without copyrights, go get them printed wherever they would like to.
Oh, great.
So.
Okay, and then the movie's going to start probably about 9:30?
About
Yeah.
9:30.
Yeah, when it starts to get dark.
About 2 hours. So When the Game Stands Tall is a very, very good, it's a true story. It's about a football team in California that had a 151 game winning streak, and they were pretty full of themselves, and it's about their defeat and how they handled that defeat and actually recovered from it. There's every aspect of fatherhood in this. There's kids that had great fathers that were supportive, kids that didn't have, whose fathers probably weren't the best some that didn't have any fathers. So as I said, there's every aspect in this, and it's a story about redemption and recovering, lifting yourself up from a devastating event. I mean, can you imagine being that team that lost after 151 game? I mean, the whole town and community was devastated by that. But this story is about them lifting themselves up and becoming better from it. And that's a story that each of us faces, in maybe not in a football team, but some event in our life that defines who we are. You know, you can either grow from it or you can let it defeat you. And in the case of this movie, they were better men for it. And
okay. Kim, who do you hope comes to this event? Who are you looking to get to League Stadium on Friday night?
You know, this is for anybody. This is for fathers, grandfathers. You know, we have a lot of people in the community who maybe not have been able to have kids, but yet they are father figures. So, but this is for the entire family. I think it's just a really good family event, but fathers especially. You know, we're blessed to have some that are wonderful, wonderful fathers, and we need to definitely celebrate and honor them. There's others that struggle. I think the whole role of fathers has been kind of diminished in society, and you know, that is a very important role. And so we need to do what we can to just help inspire them and promote them, because they might not get that encouragement. You know, there's so much going on at Mother's Day, and you know, as Ty said, if mom's not happy, nobody's happy. But you know, we need to really put a lot more emphasis on that role of fathers, because it is such a vital role. And you know, statistics will show that, you know, if there is not a strong father figure in the family, the kids truly suffer. I mean, look at what's in prison and jails, and a lot of them come from families that don't have a strong father figure.
Now,
So.
Free is a key word with this too, because this is a free event. Because fathers are forking out a lot of money throughout throughout their lives, and this is one time they come and everything's free.
Correct. And not only is the food and the activities and everything free, but we also have wonderful door prizes. We're sponsored. Okay. This event is sponsored by many area businesses and churches. Last year we had 17 churches. I think we've got 13 on board. I need to call and see about the other ones. But yeah, lots of people help sponsor this. We've got lots of people making door prizes. We've got St. Louis Cardinal tickets. Just a lot of neat door prizes, lots of Bombers tickets. Every father will get something. We'll leave with something.
Really? That's pretty good.
It's free. There was a saying that said a father is a man who has photographs where his money used to be in his wallet. So it's they can leave their wallet at home. No, they don't need it for this. Everything is free, and everybody will leave with something, and then hopefully with at the very least, a lightened heart, and feel better about the role that they've played in the lives of their community and their sons and daughters. So
and would you like to mention the sponsors select sponsors who, you have a lot of people that are involved, and there's a lot of volunteers that are helping to put this together, and so obviously you can't list everybody, but there are some that have done enough that we'd like to talk about.
Yes, definitely. Bookkeeping and More has been a wonderful big sponsor. Far Best Foods, United Minerals, German American Bank, Old National Bank, Ubelar and Sons. We've had several that have done this for years, you know, year after year, and we're very happy about that. It's wonderful to see them come together. And the churches, I'm not going to list them all because we've got a plethora of them, but it's ecumenical. We've got everything from Methodist, Lutheran, United Church of Christ, the Church of the Nazarene, Catholic churches, just all over Du Bois County. We've got Celestine, Du Bois, St. Anthony, Schnellville, Ireland, a little bit of everywhere is involved.
And we want to point out this, whilst it's held at League Stadium in Huntingburg, it is a county, or really, I guess
an area event.
An area event, a regional event. I mean, from Spencer County, you're more than welcome. Any county you'd like to come and enjoy.
That's right. Anybody that wants to come and spend some time and celebrate the role, help us celebrate the role of fathers is welcome. And we want to say outright, we want to thank all the volunteers, the ladies that are baking cookies, and the people that do all the little behind the scene things that we know about, but the general public that takes part in this event may not think about. We want to thank them from the bottom of our heart right now, because without that kind of support from the community, it makes events like this impossible, and we hope to have more of them and expand on this. So.
And this is the first one. And once again, this is actually the fourth one, but this is the original event. Let's talk, once again, run down the lineup for Friday, kind of the time, the place.
Okay. From 7 to 8:30 is the pre-event with the food and music and activities, and then at 8:30 we're going to start the main event, and we'll have a blessing and a prayer and a blessing by the area clergy. Will all come onto the field. They're all invited to come onto the field, and we'll have an opening prayer and a blessing for the fathers. And then we have Senator Mark Messmer and Southridge Principal Kelly Murphy will both be keynote speakers, and we'll each talk for a short time. And then we'll do the door prizes and get ready to start the movie.
And all during this, there's free food available for the families that are there.
And entertainment, as Kim said, the photography ministry out at the scoreboard. Greg hopes to have some ladies in their period costumes like they were during a League of Our Own, so you can have pictures taken with them. We're going to have a graffiti artist painting a picture there as you watch, and it's really something to see, because you're thinking, I don't
Where's
see
he
anything,
yeah,
and then in the end he turns it over. Maybe I shouldn't have told him that, but it's really something to see him do that, and the speed that he does it, and the quality of the picture, and that'll be one of the door prizes. So.
Okay. And this is all this Friday night.
Yes.
It's the Celebrating Fathers event at League Stadium. Take your dad, or dad, take your kids.
Yes.
You'll have a great time.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, anything either of you'd like to add? Just
Come
on out and enjoy
come
it.
on, and if you got a little extra time, you might pray for no rain.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be, the weather's going to be beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, rain early in the
Yeah,
day, beautiful
yeah.
at night. All right, thanks to both of you for coming in. We've had Kim Kendall and Partrick Kellams joining us today talking about the Celebrating Fathers event. It's this Friday at Huntingburg League Stadium. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people.